Hi, it's Rachel. In this video, we will be reviewing how to create users. Please note that this can only be done by administrators. The use case we'll be using today is that I am an administrator and need to add a user to 2 groups and 2 subgroups. Before you begin creating users, we recommend switching to the group you want to work in, as this group will become the user's default group when signing into the system. To get to the users page, you will need to navigate to the account section. To get there, click on Account, then Users. That will bring you to the Users page. You can add a single user by clicking on the Add User button. You will then see the Add User pop-up. This is where you can enter the information of the user, such as the basic information, organization, and add permissions to their default group. Permissions will give the user access to groups and subgroups with the selected privileges. Please note that if you are an account-wide admin, you can make other users account-wide admins by clicking on the account-wide admin checkbox. Once the checkbox is selected, the permission set section will disappear, as account-wide admins have access to all groups and subgroups under your account. If a group has Enable User Permissions to automatically cascade to subgroups enabled, once a user is given permission to the top level or parent group, the user will have the same permissions to any of the subgroups under the parent group. If the Enable User Permissions to automatically cascade to subgroups is not enabled, the explicit permissions to each group and subgroup will need to be applied to a user's account. On the Add User pop-up, you will also see an option for notification. This will allow you to choose if you want the new user welcome email to send automatically after creating the user. In our use case, we will have more permissions to add in Riley's account, so we will deselect this option and send the email to Riley once we are ready to do so. Once you are ready to add the user, click on the Add User button. In our use case, I need to add Riley to 2 groups and 2 subgroups where Enable User Permissions to automatically cascade to subgroups is not enabled. To add this user to the groups, I will click on the Add Permission button. I can then select the group I want to add the user to and the permission the user should have in that group. In this group, I selected for the user to be a manager and would like them to have the ability to sign and have access to the pending signatures queue. The default manager permission will give the user access to reports, templates launch, workflows, web forms, and additional templates. I have not selected Allow Open Signing, which adds the user to a list of people who have the ability to sign when the participant authentication type is selected as a registered user. Next, I am adding Riley to a subgroup. Since the user is a head project manager, I want them to have the ability to add other project managers to the group. I will give Riley administrator permissions and the additional ability to open signing. The final subgroup I will add Riley to is the accounting group. In this group, I only want Riley to have the basic user access to reports, templates launch, workflows, web forms, and document templates. Allow pending signatures queue was deselected because I do not want non-accounting employees such as Riley to be able to see pending signatures. There is also the ability to bulk upload users. Click on the Bulk Upload button, and you then see Bulk Users Upload options. There are 2 options, Insert Users or Delete Users. If you select Insert Users, you will then have the option to update existing users. Once you select which option you want, select the file to upload and then select Upload Users. Please note the filter or view of users you have on screen can be downloaded in a CSV file by clicking on the Export button. Once we are ready for Riley to access his account, we will send the new user welcome email by clicking on the associated button next to his account. We can see the email Riley received. The new user can now use the information in the email to sign into the system. When a new user logs into the system for the first time, they will be prompted to change their password. Once their password is successfully changed, they will be prompted for a verification code. This is the system's multi-factor authentication process. Riley will receive an email with the code to enter. There is also an option to remember this device. If remember this device is not checked, the code will be asked every time the user begins a new browser session. If remember this device is checked, it will not ask for the code again until 30 days have passed. You can see Riley is able to access the system. If we go back and look at Riley's account, we can now see the last time they signed into the system, and the Send Welcome Email option next to the account has changed to the Reset Password option since Riley has signed into the system. If we look back at Riley's account, we can now see all emails that have been sent to him by clicking on the Emails tab. This section will record all emails and their statuses sent to Riley from the system. Let's say the new user forgot their password. That is no problem, as the system allows for users to reset their password on their own. The user will click on the Forgot Password button, and the system will prompt them to enter their username and email address. Then click on the Send Password Reset button. An email will then be sent to the user providing a link for them to reset their password. It will then bring them to a screen to enter and confirm their new password. That's our review of how to create users. Thank you for watching.